Have you ever wondered if BMI is the best indicator of body fat? It's a question that's been circling the health and fitness world for some time now. Today, we're going to embark on a journey to understand this concept more clearly. We'll start by dissecting what BMI or body mass index really is. Then, we'll delve into the common issues associated with using BMI as a sole measure of health. From there, we'll explore other common measurements of body health that are often used alongside or even instead of BMI. And because health is about more than just numbers, we'll also discuss the best practices for evaluating overall health beyond just weight and body fat percentages. This will include understanding the natural ebbs and flows of weight loss, like the dreaded weight loss plateau. So buckle up for an enlightening exploration of body health metrics. Now, let's dive right into what exactly is BMI. Body mass index, or BMI, is a commonly used metric to estimate body fat. But how exactly is this number calculated, and what does it tell us? The formula for calculating BMI is quite straightforward. It's your weight, but not in pounds. We're talking about kilograms here. This weight is then divided by your height. But wait, there's a twist. It's not simply your height, it's your height in meters squared. So if you're used to measuring in feet and inches, you'll need to do a quick conversion. This calculation gives us a number that we can use to categorize weight status. If your BMI falls below 18.5, you're considered underweight. A BMI between 18.5 and 24.9 is seen as normal weight. Overweight is defined as a BMI of 25 to 29.9, and if your BMI is 30 or above, that's classified as obesity. It's important to note that these categories are not set in stone. They're merely guidelines, and they don't take into account factors like muscle mass or distribution of fat. You might be wondering why we use this measurement. The reason is that it's a simple, easy-to-calculate tool that provides a rough estimate of a person's body fat. It's used worldwide for population assessment of overweight and obesity. With just 2 pieces of information, weight and height, we can get a quick snapshot of someone's weight status. But while BMI can give us a general idea, it doesn't tell the whole story. It's like looking at the cover of a book. It gives you some information, but you need to dig deeper to really understand what's going on. And that's where things get a bit more complicated. So, we've learned that BMI is a measure of body fat based on your weight and height. It's a simple tool, but it doesn't take into account factors like muscle mass or distribution of fat. But is BMI really an accurate measure of body fat? Let's explore this further. While BMI is a quick and easy tool, it's not without its flaws. One of the key shortcomings of BMI is its inability to distinguish between muscle and fat. Since muscle weighs more than fat, individuals with a high muscle mass may find themselves classified as overweight or even obese according to BMI standards. This can lead to a false perception of one's health status, particularly for athletes and those who regularly engage in strength training. Another limitation of BMI is its lack of consideration for bone density. People with denser bones will naturally weigh more, thus potentially inflating their BMI. This could lead to misclassification and unnecessary health concerns. Furthermore, BMI does not take into account the distribution of fat in the body. Where fat is stored can significantly impact health risks. For instance, visceral fat, the fat stored around organs in the abdomen, is more dangerous than subcutaneous fat, which is found under the skin. Lastly, BMI also falls short when it comes to differentiating health risks among diverse populations. Research has shown that people of different ethnicities may have different health risks at the same BMI, owing to differences in body composition and fat distribution. In essence, while BMI can serve as a useful initial screening tool, it's important to remember that it offers a simplified picture of health and does not account for all factors that contribute to overall well-being. So, if BMI has these limitations, what other measurements can we consider? Apart from BMI, there are other common measurements to consider. Let's delve into a few of them. First off, there's the waist-to-hip ratio. This measurement is a comparison of the circumference of your waist to that of your hips. A higher waist-to-hip ratio suggests that you carry more weight around your waist, which can increase your risk of health issues like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Next up, we have the body fat percentage. This is a measure of the total mass of fat divided by total body mass. It gives you an idea of just how much fat makes up your body composition. This measurement can be particularly useful as it can help distinguish between muscle and fat mass. Moving on, we have waist circumference. This measurement, quite literally, is the distance around your waist. Larger waist circumferences can indicate a higher risk of metabolic conditions, such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high blood sugar levels. These measurements offer a more complete picture of body health. They take into account factors like fat distribution and muscle mass, which BMI doesn't consider. However, it's important to note that these measurements should be used in conjunction with each other, not as standalone indicators. Despite these alternatives, many people still use BMI as a primary indicator of health. But how much weight should you lose in a week? Weight loss is a common goal for many, but what's a healthy rate of loss? Let's dive right into it. Experts often recommend losing between 1 to 2 pounds a week, or roughly half to 1 kilogram. This rate is considered both safe and sustainable. Why is this so? Well, losing weight too quickly can be a shock to your system. It often leads to muscle loss, nutrient deficiencies, and other health issues. Not to mention, it's often accompanied by severe food restrictions that are tough to maintain in the long run. On the other hand, slow and steady weight loss allows your body to adjust to the new changes. It encourages fat loss over muscle loss and promotes a healthier relationship with food. Remember, weight loss is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But what happens when you hit a plateau in your weight loss journey? Hitting a plateau can be frustrating, but it's part of the process. Imagine scaling a mountain, you're making steady progress, then suddenly the incline eases. You're on a flat terrain. This is a plateau. In the world of health and fitness, a plateau refers to a period where, despite sticking to your diet and exercise regime, your weight refuses to budge. You see, when you first start losing weight, you might see rapid results. But as your body becomes smaller, it burns fewer calories. This is because your metabolism slows down as your body enters conservation mode, making weight loss more challenging. But fret not. Overcoming a plateau is entirely possible. You may need to reevaluate your caloric intake, step up your exercise routine, or consider seeking professional advice. Remember, every body is unique and responds differently to weight loss strategies. Now that we've covered these aspects, let's go back to BMI. BMI, despite its limitations, can still provide some useful insights. When you strip it down to basics, body mass index is a straightforward calculation using a person's weight and height. This simplicity allows it to be easily applied on a wide scale, making it a valuable tool in assessing population health and tracking weight trends over time. It's not a perfect measure by any means, but it's a starting point, a rough guide that can flag potential health risks related to weight, such as obesity or malnutrition. It's important to remember that it's just one piece of the puzzle, and it doesn't account for muscle mass, bone density, or distribution of fat. So while it can point us in the right direction, it shouldn't be the only measure we rely on. It's a bit like a compass. It can show you the way, but it can't tell you what obstacles you might encounter on your journey. However, there are other helpful tests to evaluate your health. Health is more than just a number on the scale. It's a symphony of factors working together. Think blood pressure, the force of blood against your artery walls, or cholesterol levels, the waxy substance in your blood. Let's not forget blood sugar levels, a key player in energy production and potential precursor to conditions like diabetes. These markers, when monitored, can give a more comprehensive picture of your health than BMI alone. So, what's the best assessment of overall health? The best assessment of health is a comprehensive one. It's essential to look beyond the body mass index and consider a variety of factors. Keep in mind that other body measurements, your lifestyle habits, and health markers also play vital roles. It's about the big picture, how you feel, how you function, and how you sustain your vitality. These elements combined offer a more accurate reflection of your overall health. Remember, health is a holistic concept and not defined by a single number.